Hello, everybody. This is Nikki. Welcome to the channel. I am going to do a reading right now for Drake, for on Drake. I had someone in the comment section request this reading. I don't know anything about Drake. I don't listen to that kind of music, so we're going to see what comes out. It may be best because I don't know anything about him. But I just looked his name up. It's Aubrey Drake Graham, born October the 24th, 1986. That will make him a Scorpio. He was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, and entrepreneur. Okay, he started as an actor on the Canadian teen drama Degrassi, The Next Generation. He played Jimmy Brooks. So, all right. Like I said, I'm unfamiliar with that kind of music with him and Tupac, all those other people. I don't. That's just not the music that I listen to. So I had to ask my daughter. I said, "Well, is he married? Does he have a girlfriend? Does he have any children? That kind of stuff." So let's see what's going on in Drake's energy today. We're starting with the Nine of Cups. Okay, messages on Drake. His energy, please, Spirit. Aubrey Drake Graham. What is his energy? What's in his field? Queen of Cups. I have here the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the Seven of Cups. Ace of Cups. The Three of Cups, and we have the Emperor. I feel like a lot of people, he has a lot of admirers, okay? Hold on, what am I hearing? Groupies? You know, he got a lot of groupies, this old phrase I'm hearing in my head. Got a lot of people on his tip. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of shit. Got a lot of people on his tip. It's not always a good thing for them. I feel like he likes a certain kind of person, a certain kind of woman, okay? Uh, Truth be told, he may like thick women. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a little healthiness, a little thickness. Thickness. He may like a thick woman. Hey, take it how it resonates with him. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody has. It's like everybody has their hand out, but not really that. Uh, don't take this the wrong way. It's like everybody has their legs open for him. Just parting of the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? Of the Kush Kush. But he has this energy that he can do anything he sets his mind to. He loves hard. Seems like a very special person. Some of the choices he makes, maybe at some point he chose the wrong person too. But I feel like there's some money issues, and that's not a bad thing. I just feel like he wants more and more and more on his struggle to the top or whatever. I feel like it took him a long time to get to where he is, but it's the people. Sometimes the people around you just can't trust, and he has people around him who he knows is no good, and he has to let them go. And the only way he can do that is just by disappearing, just by saying, you know what, I'm done with this person. I don't want to have anything to do with this person. This person is toxic as F. They possibly have some people to steal his money, okay, to take from him the people who he really trusted, to take things from him, to steal from him. Tried to steal his thunder, but he still got it. Message about Drake, please. And I have addictions. I don't know if he's ever been addicted to anything. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Yes, so definitely something overindulging in something. Could have been overindulging in women, different things like that. Relationships, toxic people, people who were just using him for their benefit, and he peeped that out and said, "I'm done." I just feel like whatever it is, he did what was the best for him. He's walked away consistently and constantly from things that no longer served him. Yes, making not necessarily the right choices, but the healthiest choices for him. Not wanting to be stuck in a situation that was unhealthy for for such a long time, and he did it at the perfect time. And for him, he could have been in a stubborn predicament, but he got out of that. Okay, you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. He could have been dealing with some people that was very toxic to him. Like I said, he could have had some addictions. Like I don't know this person from Adam, but maybe you do. He could have had some addictions. He could have been suffering in silence as well, to these addictions or whatever, to people, to groupies, or hooking up with non-essential people in his life. But it's just, addictions could have been addiction to money, to gambling, to the thrill of it all, to wanting to be at the top and stay at the top by any means necessary. Always wanting this attain this wheel of fortune here, wanting to be at the top, being at the top of his game. Okay. And looking down. It's like when you go up and you see those people, you're going to see the same people coming down. And I feel like he's gotten past all of that. There could have been an ego trip earlier in his career. And I feel like he pushed a lot of people away. He kind of like stopped talking to a bunch of his ride or dies, the people who were there for him when they needed him the most. I feel like he turned his back on a lot of people. But I just feel his energy is very, very caring. Yeah. Once he surrendered the ego and he let all of that non-essential stuff go, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And I feel like he turned his back on a lot of people when they needed him the most, and they turned their back on him when he got to that top and didn't think that nothing would bother him. A lot of people walked away because of him, his ego. Messages about Drake. Here, guys, messages about Drake. Drake, what are your messages? Negative thinking, surrender to creativity and success. Even having more success coming his way, but being positive about it. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. I feel like he's done a lot of soul searching, looking in the mirror and see all the wrong that he's done. And it's going to help him create this mindset of doing instead of being inside his head thinking negative. He could also have bouts of headaches, something with maybe migraines or something like that. I don't know if they even have fibromyalgia, but possibly maybe a lot of body aches and pains as well. But I keep hearing fibromyalgia. Okay. Stay open to all creative ideas about how you pursue a dream or pursue a problem, solve a problem. And he has to look in that mirror and see what he has contributed to, like certain downfalls in his life has led him to a lot of personal development and epiphanies, surrendering to creativity, and saying, you know what, I have nowhere to go but up. There's another card here I didn't see, so I'll get to that in a minute. Is that another one? No. Okay. Surrendering to success, his success. All he has to do is look within. Everything he needs is right there inside of him. He has to let it go. There's a new pathway, a new opportunity for him to achieve greatness. The greatness starts with him. There is another card. So we have miracles in his soul's path. He's being led to do something. He could create a docu-series or something like that. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. So I feel like he's been swimming downstream for a long time, and now it's time for him to race against the currents because there are opportunities further up the echelon than he could ever imagine. It's been perfectly designed for his soul's growth, embracing every lesson in every moment. He has to surrender and let go. But wherever it is, he's turning into who he's turning into. He's going to be a miracle to others. It could be something about food. I don't know if he has a food or something that he's doing, like being the spokesperson for some sort of food, even being a spokesperson for some sort of medication or something, whatever illness or not illness, but he's possibly dealing with something like headaches or something. And I don't know, maybe doing something to where he's going to be the spokesperson for something, A lot of people love and admire him for what it is that he does. But sometimes he's afraid to step out and do something different. I feel like there's something that he's always wanted to do. He's going to be co-creating with someone, maybe building something. He may have a hand in building some sort of mall, okay, making malls popular again, or doing something to where he's building a plane. He may even be building a home or something. I hear something about Paris, maybe even Africa or something, but doing something to where he's helped building something, creating something from scratches, from nothing, and it's like an opportunity, whatever. He could be setting up something to where he's building something like in the mountains or something like that. Drake's energy, and he's going to become more and more popular, more and more recognized. But sometimes he's afraid of his own shadow. Okay, he's afraid of his own shadow. He really is. What else is coming up for Drake, please? Yeah, happy. He wants to be happy. He has a lot of he's severed a lot of ties, like burned a lot of bridges, and I feel like he's learned from his mistakes. And people who have hurt him and did him wrong, now they're looking back and saying like, "Dag, I hate I messed that up," and now they want to come back. No, ain't nothing you can come back to. You can stay gone. Sometimes I feel like he argues with people out of spite, just because he can do that. Um, he sometimes could say some hurtful things to people, to be a little bit abrasive, too abrasive, at some point. But he doesn't know his own strength sometimes. He doesn't really think about how what he says can really hurt somebody's feelings and emotions, possibly because it's been done to him as well. The message is about Drake. It's hard for him to trust everybody, too. It's hard for him to trust because so many people have used him. Messages for Drake. Aubrey Drake Graham. Messages for Drake, please. I see a child here. He may be taking care of a parent or an elderly person, wanting to just be close to somebody, wanting to give his heart. He possibly grew up in an environment where both parents or grandparents were in the home. He loves animals, particularly dogs. Yeah, he's afraid to get hurt. He's afraid to tell someone how he truly feels about them because he's been hurt before. He's experienced a lot of pain in his life. He wants to step out in faith, but he's afraid to. I feel like he's quick to anger, though. He really is. I don't know if he has an anger management problem or something, but he gets into a lot of arguments and stuff. But too, he can always he can also be a mediator. He can also be one of those people that stops people from arguing and fighting and that kind of stuff. I feel like he tries his best to keep things together, to hold people together, to make people stop arguing with each other. It's like he doesn't like conflict. Stop this arguing right now. Stop this fighting, this bickering right now. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all supposed to love each other. Y'all family. Y'all kin. Y'all buddies. What's going on? Y'all ace coon boom. Stop. So yeah, I feel like he tries to be the peacemaker. Like peace be still. He doesn't like to see hurt people. He could be an empath. He could be a highly intuitive individual. Messages for Drake's energy, please. What's going on in his life? Yeah, surrender, support, and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. He's very nurturing, very loving. That's why he doesn't like to see pain. I wouldn't be surprised if he was walking down the street, just walking out the street like a normal person would, possibly dressed in disguise, and somebody's out there holding out their hand or a cup, and he puts something in there like money or something like that, or buy them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, he's very caring. He loves to be this peacemaker. I wouldn't be surprised if he ever did something in law enforcement, had something to do with law enforcement, or did something with maybe wanting to go to school for what do you call it? not to be a lawyer, but maybe public defending or something, doing something with school age children or something. But being that person, like I'm going to be a lifetime security guard. I'm going to protect this person. Very, very protective energy. Yeah, surrender to prayer. He's a prayer. He loves to pray. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from the heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So he prays a lot. He gets a lot of guidance from God. Okay, a lot. Criminal justice is what I'm hearing. Criminal justice. He does not like for people to be taken advantage of. I feel like he had a good family upbringing, but and some of the things that he experienced in that upbringing wasn't always positive. There was a lot of losses in his life, but he does have a lot of fertility. He has a lot of energy around thriving and growing, and into I can't say it, intuition and self preservation. But he has a hard time trusting people. If it looks like, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, 9 times 10, it's a motherfucking duck. Mm-hmm. Yep. So he's definitely a horse of a different color, for sure. But no matter how good someone treats you, how good they are for you and to you, make sure their motives are on point. Okay? And he's definitely intuitive. He can pick up on bullshit a mile away. A mile away. And we got justice. Hell, justice is served. He believes in karma. He believes in revenge. Not saying that he will take revenge on somebody, but hey, you do me wrong, it's going to be done back to you. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. You're going to get what you. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been through some stuff. He's hurt people. Like I said, it could be some. He's hurt. He's got some sort of burden. It could be alcoholism, drug abuse. It could be hooking up with a lot of women or something like that. But that's wish fulfillment. But however he's living his life right now, it could be the music industry. It could be his career in singing, acting, entrepreneurship, whatever. And I'm hearing ombudsman, so he could be doing something with church or something like that as well. Being a member of a church, even becoming a minister or something like that. But definitely doing something to where he's helping other people. But he's vulnerable. He understands the human condition. So I just feel like he's just going to become more and more recognized here. Okay, more and more recognized for what it is that he does. I don't know if he has his star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatever you call that, or maybe getting some sort of achievement award, lifetime achievement award, or something like that. But yeah, he's held up quite nicely, and like I said, he could be a little crude at times. He feels like he always has to be at a certain status in his life. He could at some point grow facial hair as well. From what I saw the picture, he doesn't have any facial hair, but I don't know. But there's definitely some issues around him being that person. I don't think that he's narcissistic, but he's definitely I'm the boss. You're gonna do what the hell I tell you to do. I'm not gonna chew my cabbage twice. I'm not gonna pussyfoot around with you. He's very matter of fact. Very, very matter of fact. Period. Let's get some final messages on Drake, please, Spirit. Fated meeting. Fated meeting. He could be meeting someone very special if he's not already in a beautiful connection, a dedicated connection. And we have her waterfall. Beautiful energy here. A commitment. Yeah, a commitment. But I definitely feel like he was all up in his feelings, all up in his emotions at some point. He thought his shit didn't stink like everybody else's. He thought he was a shit back in the day, but I feel like he's calming down now. He's realizing like I got to get my head out of my what, and I got to ground myself and know that everything is going to be okay. And he's on track right now. Okay, he's on track. He may be relocating, doing something different, striking up a business deal with people, making making plans. And I feel like he's going to be in so many different places at once. His name's going to be so in so many different areas. You know, you're going to see his name more and more. But thriving with entrepreneurship, buildings, doing something with buying buildings, making maybe even building apartment houses or something, townhomes, doing something with real estate investments. I don't know how he's tied to Tupac at some point. I don't know how, but I keep hearing Tupac. So I don't know if they collaborate or collabed together or something like. I don't know. Something about some sort of collaboration. He's going to be collaborating with more people. He may even get a song of Tupac's and intertwine it with his new song or something like that. I don't know. He could be doing something with archery as well. You know, having a garden, a nice garden. I feel like he could have a summer home, a winter home. He could have homes in 2 or 3 different places. All right. He could be also birthing a child, or he can't be birthing a child, but have a child on the way too. Living a nice life. I don't know. He possibly has a family that nobody knows about. There's a journey here. And I don't know if he has a book or something, writing something down, but also having plans. He could also trip. He could also have a trip or go to Egypt or something like that. Could have that in his bloodline as well. Okay. Something about Egypt. He could have been an Egyptian prince or a king or something like that. He could have a love of dogs, of animals. Being committed to a relationship, but also being committed to the Lord. I just see a lot of beautiful blessings around his energy moving forward and meeting that special one and tipping off his hat to that person and knowing immediately that she is going to be the person he's going to spend the rest of his life with. I don't think that he's a bad person. I don't get any bad energy off him, but I do feel like he is feeling the energy of what's going on with P. Diddy and all of that stuff and how that energy just is just so, just so dark, and he doesn't want to be a part of that energy. Get some final messages on Drake. Yeah, he needs to start to be more creative, and I feel like he's going to have a lot more creative projects and a lot more fortunate. There's going to be fortunate. They're going to be forthcoming. It's going to help him make even more money. Okay, more money to invest. He's going to have so many different investments with so many different people, so many different collaborations. A lot of growth potential for him too. So surrender your desire to control. He doesn't like to control people, and he doesn't like to think negatively. He doesn't like to be negative. He has to let go and just let God. Everything else is going to turn out for him. He has to learn how to relax. He possibly has some issues with blood pressure, or he will. Stress, could have some issues with ulcer. Because he has so many things get to him. Surrender to what is, just what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. I accepted you or the situation for what it is. I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it mess with my equilibrium. I'm just going to chill out. I'm not going to worry about you or nobody else. This is just me. Okay. And I'm not. And I feel like he's a solitary being. He may not like to hang out with a group of people. I want to be alone. I want to be in my thoughts. When I'm in my thoughts, I can be more creative. I can do what I want to do. And sometimes you may not hear from him for months. That's because he's chilling, doing something, writing a screenplay, writing a book, an album, whatever. Okay. I just want to do better for me. I'm not going to control you. You're not going to control me. We're just going to chill out. Last card for Drake. Aubrey Drake Graham, October 24th, 1986. What is the Scorpio's energy overall? Trust. Just trust the situation. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And he has. He definitely prays. He definitely has this calling, okay, on his life. I definitely feel like at some point you're going to hear that he is preaching or something like that, or doing something to where he is furthering his spirituality. So this is a message about Drake. Like I said, I hope you know more about this than I do, because I don't. So I hope it resonates with what you know about him. Anyway, all right. If you want to hear about anybody else, just let me know.